Praise the Lord. This is District Elder William King. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a church sign. At least this is how I make my church signs. What I do is I use Microsoft Word and I type up my letters, such as, in our case, Greater Life Church. And then I make the letters at least 2 inches large and make the whole entire thing. So right now, if you look at my computer here, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, that's what happens is that's train, that's life. So what I'm actually doing is making the words Greater Life Church and Greater Life Training Center. So once I print it on the printer, I lay it out on the table here and I cut them. Let me move all this over. As you can see, I've already cut some stuff. So what I do is I cut the letters so that they're close. So I take the edges off, pretty much what I did here with this paper. Cut the edge off, use the ruler and the ink pen, cut it, and then I tape them together. And once I tape them together, I get this. Okay? And then I go to the office supply and I go get a sheet of carbon paper. So this is pencil or ink pen or pen carbon paper blue. And then what I do is I slide the carbon paper up underneath the type set, or basically what I did is I measured it out here. You can see I have to cut it there. But basically what I do is I take carbon paper and I insert it underneath the entire sheet here. Then I take a hard tip, either ink pen or pencil, and I'll use this pencil here, and then I would trace my lettering out. Okay, and then my goal is to, once I've traced the lettering out, is to take the paper off. And then once I've taken the paper off, then what I'll do is use my Dremel here. And I have a bit that goes with this, as well as a router table that I'll set this in. And I'll go through and I'll cut out Greater Life Church in the wood. And then what I'll do is I'll take and I'll paint the wood where the letters are. I'll paint those black. And once I paint that black, then I'll cover it in polyurethane. So what I've done here is I've purchased some urethane here. This is indoor-outdoor urethane. Got it from Home Depot. And it allows, or actually what it does, it protects your wood, from sun, rain, and temperature changes, which is excellent because this sign will be outside. Okay, so once I'm done here tracing this out, I'm going to show you what it looks like when I pull the paper off and come back and start doing the trimming, and then show you how that looks, and then I'm going to sand it down. I have to cut the edge off, and then I'm going to show you the end result. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. What I've done so far is I've taken and put carbon paper throughout the whole entire project here. So I have sheets of carbon paper up under each one of these. I've taken a blue pen, blue ink pen, because as I trace around, I'll be able to see the ink where I've already traced. So what I'm going to do right now is remove the carbon paper. Now I don't know, this carbon paper is pretty old, so hopefully it did a good job transferring. And last sheet, and let's see what it looks like. Alright, and there it is. This last sheet off. Alright, so now you can see Greater Life Church has been traced into the wood. So now my next step is to, now if you wanted to, you can actually, if you have a good paintbrush, a real pointed paintbrush, and get you some black paint, you can and you have a steady hand, you can actually paint between the letters, and you wouldn't have to do what I'm going to do. But you know, I've made signs like that before, and this is pretty much the path that I take. So say for example, if you have a logo, you can use carbon paper and trace that logo directly on the wood after you've painted the wood white, completely white, sand it down and paint it white, and then trace that logo directly on there, and then take your steady different kinds of brushes, art brushes, and you can paint. You know, if this was, for example, a logo here, you would take your paintbrush and you will run your paintbrush, you know, in between the ink, and that will give you a nice guide. And so, you know, your logo can be the various colors that your logo should be using the paintbrush. Okay, so now my next step is to carve this out with the router, set the router up and get it carved out, and then I'm going to show you again, and then that should give you an idea of the direction I'm going to go into. Then I'm going to paint inside of where I've carved it and make it a darker color, and then this polyurethane that I'm going to place on here is going to give it a shine and cause that wood to come out and the dark letters to push out so that people that drive by or whatever can actually see it. Okay? Good deal. Alright.